welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Leo. But before we do that, Leo, I just wanted to highlight my beautiful new bracelet. I'm highlighting it on all of my weekly readings this week from my subscriber. Her name, My Frequency New York City. That's the name of her Etsy channel and her IG and YouTube. And she makes these gorgeous bracelets, copper wiring with the amethyst crystal inside. Very, very nice. And I just wanted to big her up on my channel. So if you're interested in anything like that, please do go check her out. The craftsmanship is really, really nice. The finished work is gorgeous. It's really, really lovely. And my father was a handcraft jeweler, so I know good work when I see it, and this is really, really nicely done. So let's get right into it, Leo. We are going to pull out your 3 romance angel messages for March 1st to the 7th. And then we'll get into your animal spirits, and we will also then get into your actual spreads. All right, guys, straight out, we have getting to know each other, Leo. We have wedding. Some of you will be attending a wedding, working on a wedding, preparing for a wedding, or retreating. Some of you may indeed be retreating from the world, just taking a break, time to disconnect, time to recharge your batteries. Let's go ahead and pull out your animal spirits for the week. Now, animal spirits can come in a lot of different forms. People that we may be interacting with. They can also be energy that we're starting to tap into that might be helping us through a particular scenario. Whatever the case may be, we're just going to see what animal spirits you may have walking with you this week. And of course, if they don't apply, if none of it makes sense to you, then this reading, of course, is not for you, Leo. It is for a different Leo, all right? We're all so different. Our charts are so intricate, you know. No one has exactly the same chart, right? So let's get right into it. We have the lion. Beautiful, Leo, showing up for you. Now, the lion, of course, is different than Leo, but you are the lion of the zodiac. But here we're talking, I'm going to get into it, but this very strong, strong animal spirit. We have the shark. Oof, another predator, right? But a predator of the water. And then we have the nightingale. Beautiful. Now, the nightingale just showed up for the Gemini reading also. So that's quite interesting. Let's get right, let's get right into the lion. What a strong animal spirit. The lion is, of course, associated with regality, being extremely regal, proud, having a sense of dignity. The lion is the highest animal spirit for self-mastery. We're talking about everything that the lion does, pays attention to, is sort of focused on, is geared towards it mastering itself, mastering who it is, being the best at who it is, being the best at what it wants to do. The lion has such a sense of purpose in life. And so a lot of times for those of us who are not able to see that, see a little deeper, it may come off on the surface as though someone resonating with this animal spirit is haughty or inaccessible in the sense that, unapproachable rather, right? Unapproachable. You can't talk to them. Maybe they come off a little bit like like they feel like they're better than you or something like that. But that's really not the case. The thing with the lion is that indeed, the lion simply has no time for anything or anyone that doesn't help it on its journey to mastering itself, right? If it's not part of that journey, the lion simply has no time for it. And so if you look deeper, the spirit of the lion is absolutely something to strive for. It is something that is awe-inspiring and extremely inspirational. Now, the shark. The shark is all about feelings that are lurking beneath the surface that are being ignored. When you are ignoring your deeper feelings, when you're trying to sort of just stamp them either out or sort of, just ignore them, muffle them, hide them, they're still there. You can't get rid of them, and so they lurk beneath the surface, right? Just like the shark, when it comes out of the deep and lurks, close to the shoreline. It is dangerous, right? And so here we're talking about the spirit of the shark comes in when you begin to understand that you can no longer hold these feelings in. It's time for you to let them out. It's time for you to talk about them. Because if you're not the one in control of letting these feelings out and expressing them, they will express themselves, but it will be in a very uncontrolled, chaotic, oftentimes even violent manner. Just like the shark is dangerous when you don't pay attention to it. Feelings that are hidden or ignored are also dangerous when you don't pay attention and give rise to those feelings. Now, the nightingale is air animal spirit, and the nightingale is associated with those of us who are singers, orators, motivational speakers, anyone who has something really important to say that moves us, that connects with us, right? This isn't just something important to say because you think it's important, but I'm talking about someone who really is connecting with people, is really communicating with people. So we're not talking about an egocentric thing here. We're talking about a reaching out and connecting with others here. The nightingale is generally, apart from its voice, a very unremarkable bird. It has very plain plumage. It's very small. It just doesn't look like anything special per se, but it's when it opens its mouth that everyone wants to hear it and listen. And so this is very much the spirit of the nightingale. Now, Leo, let's get right into your spreads. I'm going to pull out 3 spreads for you for this week, just to see what you may or may not be going through, what your week might be like. Now, these forecasts are intended to be for separate Leos, so they may not all resonate with you. They're not all meant to be for the same Leo, the same person. So just take what applies to you, if it does, all right? And if it doesn't, just let it go. Like I say, the reading isn't for you. Talking about March 1st to the 7th, of course, next first full week of March. And let's hope March turns out to be a little bit of a better vibe than February. February was a little difficult for some of us, wasn't it? All right. All right, Leo, straight out, we have, Knight of Pentacles, nice. 8 of Wands, going viral, and the Ace of Swords. Well, some of you, Leos, are coming into this week really sort of attacking your goal, right? You're really going after it. You're being much more committed to your path, whatever that path is. Of course, the Knight of Pentacles, we're talking about a material goal that we're trying to achieve, whether that is at work or through our career. The Knight of Pentacles is the most committed knight in the deck. It's the most enduring knight in the deck. It has a high level of motivation, and it just simply will not be stopped. Although it is a plodding knight, it can take a while for it to reach its destination. The one thing about the Knight of Pentacles is that it just simply will not stop until it does, right? And so in this way, I'm going to say that the Knight of Pentacles is very related to the lion, the spirit of the lion, because also just as the Knight of Pentacles simply will not be stopped no matter what, so will not the lion. The lion takes every single opportunity it can to further its purpose in life, right? This is why the spirit of the lion is really one of the best or highest animal spirits for following a purpose, right, in life, having a purpose in life and not really being sort of swayed from it, right? Coming into this week, you're met with the 8 of Wands. Now, 8 of Wands is an interesting card because it can often indicate an abundance of stimulation or information coming in. It can indicate too much information coming in. It can indicate people who are really overstepping their bounds with you. 8 is the number for strength, but it is also the number for boundaries, right? So oftentimes we're talking about boundaries being overstepped, too many people coming in. Everybody wants to give you their 2 cents. Sometimes 8 of Wands can be associated when we're talking about a relationship with mixed emotions and messages coming in. It is also my viral card. And I think for some of you Leos, I think that this doubling down on your path this week, some of you may indeed be in a career or a business that involves a certain level of communication or fame or connecting with people. This week you go viral. You're met with the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands can also indicate just a lot of people all of a sudden paying attention to you. And this could very much mean like a pickup in business. It could be a pickup in your career. If you're an artist, this may be the week that you drop your album. This may be the week that you show your work. Your gallery may be opening. You may be releasing that book or that, the collection of poems, whatever it is, right, that you're putting out there. People are paying attention. People are reacting. A lot of people are reacting. Remember, though, 8 of Wands, 8 is still the number for boundaries. And so when so much information and attention comes in, you do want to set healthy boundaries so that you are not overwhelmed. By the end of the week, Leo, you are resonating with an Ace of Swords, which is really, really beautiful. It is logic and clarity coming in. Oftentimes, it is also information coming in that vindicates you. So there could be a feeling that, it can be, for example, if you are in a career or a business area where up until now, maybe things weren't going so well, or maybe you were in a bit of a slump, or, things were going well, but now they've kind of pulled back a little bit, this week, it's like, boom, it all comes right back much faster, much higher, much more. And then the Ace of Swords is this feeling of being vindicated, this feeling of, well, damn, I may have doubted myself for a second, but I knew this was going to work, and now it's really working. And so not only do you feel you feel victory here, you feel vindicated here, but you also get a sense of clarity and understanding that comes in that really helps you understand the entire situation a little bit better. You may even get more clarity on the nature of the ups and downs in your career or your business. And so clearly seeing why they happen, when they happen, and although they do happen, realizing that realizing and really having proof now that ultimately you are moving forward. Ultimately, you are progressing. You are winning, right? Even when sometimes we may lose a little battle, or we may feel a little weary, we may doubt ourselves because, like I said, things have slowed down. Ace of Swords reminds you of why these things happen, and you get clarity from them, and confidence comes right back to you. Very nice reading. I'm going to say for some of you who are definitely in a business or a career that requires connection with people, communicating with people, right? And this week is a big week. Big week for you guys. So 5 of Wands, Temperance energy, and 6 of Cups. Well, some of you are resonating with a 5 of Wands. Now, the 5 of Wands is all about competition, right? A competitive bickering, an arguing, a power struggle that goes on. You may be embroiled in this. Somebody may be bringing this competition to you. You are not necessarily the one who started it, but you are somehow embroiled in it. You're in a mix of it. I'm going to say this indeed has something to do with a love connection because I'm looking ahead to that 6 of Cups. But you don't like it, Leo, right? You feel kind of like, well, why should I compete? I am the best, I have confidence, right? I don't compete in things like this. Again, we're talking about spirit of the lion. The spirit of the lion really doesn't sort of fall for those kind of baser, tactics. Like, it's a competitive competition or a power struggle like this where there's a lot of bickering, arguing back and forth. It's not something that the spirit of the lion would even bother itself with because it has nothing to do with its purpose of self-mastery. Nevertheless, I think you do indeed take the high road in this way. I think you resonate with that lion, Leo. And you do take the high road because this week you're met with temperance energy. And I think you're just kind of pulling back. You're not allowing this competitive nature or energy around you, these people around you who are kind of, insisting on sort of trying to pull you into this. You're just not being affected by them. And that's what temperance is all about. Temperance is all about being able to have full control of your actions despite how you may feel or despite how the outside world may be trying to poke, prod, or trigger you. You simply will not react. You are only going to make a move that you have thought out, that is the move that is 100% right for you and not a reactionary move. And this is very nice energy. Temperance, of course, is the tarot card for Sagittarius. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to bother telling you that you might be dealing with a Sagittarius because that is nonsense and not at all true. What we're talking about here is the energy of temperance. Now, Six of Cups is how you round off your week. And what can I say? You win. You win the battle, you win the affections, and you win the attention of this person. And I believe this was a competition for the affections of this individual that you now clearly have a connection with if you didn't already. And again, like I said, this competition was brought to you, but you took the high road, you remained tempered, you remained cool, calm, and collected. And ultimately, I believe the person picked the one that they wanted, and they wanted that cool, calm, collected Leo because, the way you carried yourself, right? You didn't engage in this nonsense over here. And so whoever this individual, this connection is, it comes out. And you guys have a lovely connection by the end of the week. It's all about you two. And all of the bickering, arguing, or competition that was there in the beginning of the week just falls away because, frankly, nobody cares. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Well, well, well. Leo, some of you are coming into this week feeling extremely ambitious, right? And enthusiastic about a particular goal that you're trying to achieve. The Knight of Wands is the great cheerleader, right? He's the one who brings passion and energy and fire to a situation. Certainly a situation maybe sometimes where things have slowed down, or a situation where oftentimes where you're the only one, right? You may be the only one sort of pushing the agenda or pushing the message, right? Sometimes the Knight of Wands can come in as a confidant or someone who has solidarity with you and supports you. But here you are resonating with the Knight of Wands, which means you're the one who's doubled down on your enthusiasm and your drive, right? You're ready to push forward again this week. I love this because, again, February was such kind of like a lull in a lot of energies. Feels very much like this first full week of March. Leo, all three readings, you've really got your gusto back. And here is the Knight of Wands, certainly with that. Coming into this week, you meet a King of Pentacles. Now, this is an individual who can have an impact on your business, I think. I don't know what the impact is. It could be that they are coming in to support you or invest in you, right? It could be that they are coming in to show you perhaps a different way or a different path. Certainly, this is someone who's very experienced, someone who also already has a certain level of achievement under his belt. Someone who's been around the block, certainly a master at his profession, craft, or business, whatever that may be. And so this person definitely commands some respect. Oftentimes, the King of Pentacles can be a benefactor, right, or an investor. And in any case, you run up against this individual, and by the end of the week, you find yourself feeling like you have an impossible decision to make. Two of Swords. Sometimes Two of Swords can also feel like a decision that we're being forced to make, Leo, right? Now, the secret, of course, with the Two of Swords is that it was never a card about choice at all. It was ever only about balance. A lot of us have automatically interpreted Two of Swords as a choice card, and that's where it ends. But of course, spirit, the universe, and life in general is it's not about black and white. It's not about yes or no and or, this or that. It is about finding a balance. It's not a binary system. It's a quantum system. And so we're trying to find a balance between many things. And Two of Swords is actually Moon and Libra energy. And here we talk about finding the third choice. And the third choice is always about finding a balance that is right for you. And so even though you may be feeling on the surface like you're being given an impossible decision, you are always in control. You are always in control of the decisions you make. And sometimes sometimes even if you are seemingly given two options, there is always a way for you to carve out a third option, right? Because it's your life and you're in control. And I think that you're going to be, by the end of the week, dealing with this. And certainly this King of Pentacles is factoring in some way. Hopefully by the week after, you will have found a good strategy for moving forward in balance and finding a way to work with this King of Pentacles, because certainly this person has come in as a benefit to you, right? As something that adds, not something that takes away. I do feel that this energy is positive, but it is very much about the working of it. It may be that simply because you are very fiery and they are very grounded and practical, that on the surface you may feel like you're bumping heads, but ultimately if you can find that balance and way to work in cooperation, this could be a very, very good matchup when we're talking about career or following your passion in some way. All right, Leo, this is your reading, March 1st to the 7th. February is almost over. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out My Frequency New York for her beautiful bracelets. She does bracelets, rings, necklaces. They're just absolutely gorgeous. It's really light also. It doesn't feel heavy. It may look like it feels heavy, but it's really very nice and light. All right, guys. Other than that, I'm just going to say have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your weekly outlook. Bye-bye now.